fancy photos.
Right.
That takes whatever. You do a minute and 40 seconds of we're the greatest in the world, so and so. You do a minute of the title girl telling you how wonderful title insurance is. You do another minute and a half. You're done.
Right. I don't think anything else.
Show that brings you new listings and insight from Miami to you. I'm your host and fellow peer, John Porter, here with Sal Davidi of Davidi Realty. And Sal, we got our title insurance. What's the next step?
Well, we're going to touch now something people don't really know that much about, which is a survey.
Okay.
You know, what's a survey?
Right.
That is an actual, when a professional goes out and actually measures the property and makes sure that the house, any additions on the house, all fit in the proper box of the lot.
Okay, so then what's the difference between an appraisal and a survey?
Well, an appraiser really gives you the value of the actual property and the improvements.
Okay.
What a surveyor does, a surveyor confirms to you that everything you're buying is in that box of your lot.
Ah, okay.
And that nothing is either on the neighbor's side and or the neighbor is on your side.
Ah, okay.
Which
okay.
it's a problem.
Right. So the appraisal is more on the value, and the surveyor is checking the appraisal? Is that how I think about it?
No, I think you're right on the first part. I think that what the surveyor does, you want to make sure, and the bank wants to make sure, the lender wants to make sure that what you're buying is in the property you're buying.
Ah, okay.
And that nothing of the property is over on someone else's property.
Ah, it's more checking like the lot?
Exactly.
Ah, okay. Okay. Who pays the surveyor?
The surveyor is paid by the buyer.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of your quote-unquote closing costs.
So this is me paying it if I'm the buyer?
Absolutely. Like you pay the appraisal,
okay,
like you pay your property inspections, like you pay your closing costs. It's one of those costs that gets added on to your mortgage and or added on your cash to close.
I'm trying to look here. What is it? What's the benefit for me as the buyer then to get the survey if I have to pay for it?
Well, it's a protection. It's a protection. You know, what you're getting is what you're getting.
Okay.
And see, if you do 20 of these deals, very few have survey problems.
Right.
But they happen.
Okay. And if it happens, then what happens?
Then you have if it's correctable, like a fence or like a wall.
Okay.
It can be moved. It can be knocked down.
Okay.
I've seen where lenders have allowed it.
Oh, okay.
But I've seen also where you have a house and it's part of the house is built on someone else's property.
Okay. So then just to clarify again one more time, that the surveyor is basically about the lot. And about your property and checking what you've done before?
I think the key is, again, the person will tell you more about this, you want to make sure that the lot that you have, the box of your lot, the property you have is inside that box.
Okay, yeah.
And that the neighbor's house is not in your box and vice versa. It's like being offsides in football.
Right.
That's what you're trying to avoid.
Right.
And that's an important thing because it does happen.
Okay, okay. Well, that we'll go with to the expert of the week, and then we'll be back with the property of the week. We're here with the expert of the week, again, Hector Pena. Thank you so much for coming on. We're right now at the step of getting your property surveyed, like a surveyor. What does that entail? What do you know about that?
Sure. Basically what happens is, depending what type of property you're purchasing, if you're purchasing a single-family home, which is going to be financed through a lender, the lender 99.9% of the time is going to require a survey. And the reason for the survey is to find out exactly where your house is compared to the other houses that are around you, and to make sure that your property boundary is correct. And the majority of the times is something very simple, like there's a fence that's encroaching a few feet into your property. There may be a shed, people that put, the utility sheds that they put outside the property, that may be encroaching to the property a few feet. And the lender wants to know that. And most lenders want that problem resolved, and that's the reason why they ask for a survey.
Okay, I think we covered this in the beginning of the episode, but I'm just trying to make sure. So the survey's more on the plot of land, I guess, or on the land than the building?
The survey deals with the boundaries of the property itself.
Oh, okay.
The building will be depicted on the survey, but the purpose of it is to make sure that there's nothing on the land that you're purchasing.
Ah, okay. So
that's encroaching on the land.
Okay, cool. Let me see if I got it. Do you know who pays for the survey?
The survey is generally paid by the buyer, unless negotiated in another way. for the benefit of the buyer, it's for the benefit of the lender, so the seller would not have to pay for that.
Okay, cool. And I guess my last question is, what if there's a problem, like you said, like what if there's a fence on this guy's property, or his fence is on my property, or?
Well, in that case, we either have two choices. Either the lender understands that there's a problem and moves forward with the lending process, or that seller is going to have to fix that encroachment in the property.
Before
you can close, because it will be a condition of the loan to be able to have a clear survey for the property. So that could be an issue, and I've had issues in the past, other closings which we've had to move fences or take down a fence, even transfer property to a neighbor in order to get a clear survey. So it all depends on how you want to deal with it.
Okay, cool. Do you have anything else on a survey or anything else?
No, it's pretty straightforward. They're professionals. They're going to go out there. You pay them. The surveys, the cost it will depend on the size of the property, anywhere between $250 to $600.
Okay, cool. Hector, thank you so much for coming on.
Not a problem.
We'll be back with the property of the week.
Thank you again to the expert of the week, and now we're going to go to the property of the week. Sal, the property of the week is 8900 Southwest 199th Street, Cutler Bay, Florida.
It's a brand new listing. Just got it in today. That's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, actually 5-bedroom, 3-bath, with a pool. Nice corner lot, a little more than 2,000 square feet. We put it in the market for $380. We think it's priced fair. It's a good-looking house, motivated seller. Look at the pictures, and any questions, give us a call.
Where's Cutler Bay? Just a question.
Good question. Cutler Bay is actually in South Dade, so you're probably right off Old Cutler Road and about 299th Street. The actual area is called Whispering Pines. Beautiful, older area, nice houses, mostly single family. There's some new construction. So between US 1 and Cutler Ridge, and roughly between 200th and 184th Street.
Okay, cool. Sal, like every week, do you have anything new for...
Well, again, like every other week.
Right.
Today we took a step, again, not the most sexiest step in the world on the survey, but something very, very important.
Sounds like it.
So, again, we're taking these steps. We're getting very close to our quote-unquote closing.
Right.
At that point, you have seen the steps of the transaction, and we've closed our deal.
All right, cool. Yeah, and again, if you don't remember any of the steps, just go back, look at the videos, hit subscribe if you'd like, and I think that's it. Well, we appreciate all of you from watching. Thanks again, Sal, for the lesson, and from the Media Realty, we wish you a good day and something.